I wondered when the job interviews were going to start rolling in. What's up and welcome back to episode 14 in season 2 of the Old Boys series. Today we have some news to get into, some transfers, and 2 games against number 3 in the league and 5 in the league. So let's get into it and let's see how we got on off camera. So first I want to talk about, we actually had our first job offer from Stafford. Now Stafford are in the Northern Premier League Premier Division, which is actually the 7th tier of English football, just below the Vanarama National. They're actually in the Vanarama National League in 2006-07, and then they dropped down and have had a quite poor run of form, but now they're bouncing around League 7 and they look like they might be dropping down really soon. So I said no. It was an interesting offer to have as our first offer, a few tiers above us, but of course we're not going to leave the Old Boys unless we're told to. Next we'll have a look at some of the transfers that happened off camera. As you know right now, transfers are really a big part of the series with so many people going in and out. And finally, Jed Abbey finally said yes to a team. He went to Worthing. Have Worthing had any of our other players? I swear Worthing have had some of our other players before. This is where we need to be looking now. We need to be looking in these sorts of leagues for players that we can get and potentially bring in. But Jed Abbey went there. We also made some new signings, some replacements. We actually made 2 loan signings. Michael Garrity. We only brought these players in for 1 month loan just to see what they were like and to maybe have some backup. I didn't realise that Making High was actually a 1 month loan. I was really hoping to keep him as long as I could, as he just seems like one of these players that are really going to be good in the future. Now he is young and he is available to sign, but he just wants way too much money. The other player we brought in was Luke Nippard, ex-Bournemouth man, who spent a year on loan at Weymouth. Never really played, had 1 game at Weymouth, but yeah, never really played. We kind of brought him in to stick in the under-23s to play behind the other centre midfielder we brought in and Jack Spong. Now, this is the other player we brought in, Liam Miller, a young Scottish midfielder. Again, a player just to sit in the under-23s. I probably will promote him to the first team, but I want him to get some game time, maybe develop a little bit. He's got 10 first touch, 10 passing, 10 technique, 12 tackling, very good around the board, 12 decision making. That flair is not very good at 1, but he has great natural fitness, good pace and great acceleration and agility, so a lot of potential to improve. Now off camera, we played 5 games. The first game was a 3-2 victory against Portland United Reserves, and oh my word, was it a belter. We went ahead in the 18th minute with Marcus Day, but Owen Simpson for them grabbing an equaliser just before halftime. Then Shotgun got us ahead 2-1, but then again they equalised in the 71st minute, just a minute after. And then the man who we brought in last episode, Sam Shields, getting us a goal in the last minute of the game to keep our winning record was just so vital to our team. I really want to win as many games as I can this season and hopefully be invincible, and maybe if we can win every game this season. But oh my word, was it close. If we really hadn't gotten that goal in the final minute, I don't know what we would have done. Maybe it's showing that because our back line has had so much instability this season that we are conceding more goals. But there it is, that header in the 93rd minute really getting us the victory, and you'll start to see a theme in some of these games coming up. So then we had British Airways at home, and once again we scored 3 goals. Now if you notice something, we scored 3 goals in every single game off camera, but it was how much we conceded that was really the decider in the match. In this game, it was actually Marcus Day and McLennan who grabbed us the goals. British Airways, who I thought were going to be one of our biggest rivals this season, hasn't really performed this year. Sammy with a good cross in found Marcus Day's head, and what I found this season is Marcus Day really can do it from anywhere. He can do it on his left foot, his right foot, his head. He's actually very lethal from his head. There you go, there is his left foot coming out. Big Romano then puts a lovely ball in and finds McLennan. And he's just one of those players that, again, he can just score those goals. Like Darnell Smith last season, he doesn't need to use his head off free kicks or set pieces. He can really just use his feet too. He's just that good. Then we were against Sherborne Reserves, against 3 goals scored, 1 conceded, and this was actually a very good fight back from the boys. We started 1 goal down with Junior Lawrence in the 9th minute giving them a goal. Shotgun then scored a goal to make it 1-1. And then Sammy stepped up and actually missed a penalty, but made up for it in the same minute by scoring a goal at the other end. And then McClellan again, grabbing a goal at the other side of the field. Now, when Junior Lawrence scored this goal, I actually thought we'd scored it. It was such a great free kick. And we can't fault Gourley's attempt there at the save. It was a great attempt at the save, but it was just top corner and a great shot. Clark then put a lovely ball into Shotgun, who's on the end of it. Once again, our fullbacks coming in huge in the past couple of games. Zamora with a lovely ball in here to Sammy, who really makes up for the penalty he missed. Another big point was the red card early on that they had. We really took advantage of their red card in the 17th minute and really came back and won the game. Then it was time for us to play Wareham Rangers away. Sammy getting back into penalty form by scoring a penalty in the 5th minute. Shotgun getting a goal then in the 27th minute. And McClellan, again, 3 goals in 3 games. Our centre-back that has stayed with us when all the others have gone has really shown his quality and why I think he's making an argument for him to be the captain next season. He is just such a good quality centre-back who can go up there and score those goals. Zamora puts that ball in, finds Shotgun, and then Shotgun and Sammy as well. You cannot fault Shotgun and Sammy, no matter what league they are in, no matter how high we go. I'm going to try and keep them all the way up. They are just such quality players and such quality men to have on the field. They just drive the team forward and drive the team to do better. Next, it was time for Blandford United. A 3-1 victory for the boys. Once again, Sammy scoring that goal from the spot. Jack Spong getting a goal just before half-time and Marcus Day rounding off our 3 goals. They actually grabbed a goal in the 28th minute to equalise again. It's one of those things this season, now that we've lost our centre-backs, we are conceding more goals. And it's not goals when we're up by a lot, it's actually goals now. I've realised that when we score 1, they score 1, and then we have to come back and fight for the victory, which just shows the passion of the boys. But I would like the win to come a little bit more easy. It's kind of becoming that I'm watching these games and managing these games and actually starting to be a little bit worried that we're not going to grab the victory. Like I said, like we've seen in 2 games before, it's come down to 2 last-minute goals to keep us all winning season. But then again, just look at this, just our fullbacks once again, just finding the open man and letting our open men do what they can. Big Romanos, I gave him the start of this game. What a free kick that is. He's just so dangerous from those positions. Just able to put the ball into a position where the goalkeeper has to bounce it out and into a compromising position, and Marcus Davis just seems to always be there to put the ball in the back of the net. I also want to have a look at the finances today. Now, if you see just under overall balance, you can see that we're now 25 grand in debt and on projection to be 63 grand in debt at the end of the season. Now, this is not going to be good for us in the long term, but I think as we go on, as we go up the leagues, and maybe we can have some cup runs, I think we'll be fine. And I find this funny, we have an A- in manager performance. Like, how? I don't think we can do any better. We've played 18 games, 18 wins, a goal difference of 44. Marcus Day with 12 goals. Like, I don't know what else we can do. Wow. With 2 players above, Kean Bona. Gonna have to take a look at him. 23 clubs he's wanted by. Definitely have to scout him out. And Salvadori. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Salvadori. I think I might have to sign him just for that. Bona and Salvadori. Those are 2 great names for strikers. So now that we're in level 11, we've got... Where do we go after this? We go to the Wessex League's Division 1. Okay. We start to get into some of the more spread out rivalries. But I think let's get into the game for today. So actually our match got postponed, so we're going to play the Bridgeport Reserves game and then the Swanage Town game. But while we're here, I want to have a look at, where's this guy? So I wanted to talk about this guy, Nicholas Shiphorst. I want to follow his career. He was one of the guys that we were looking at when he came out. He came out of Polperro. He then went to Torquay, and he's now at Hull in the Championship, and he went for 135k. We really wanted to sign him, but unfortunately he wouldn't sign for us because of the money we offered. But as a 16-year-old German now worth 125k, these are some of the players that we can try and scoop up if we can find them and identify them. Let's carry on and try and find the game. Now it's time for our first game of the episode. So today's game is against Bridport Reserves. We're first, they're 5th, but they've actually played an extra game. We're going to be at home though, and we've sold 69 tickets out of 1,000 capacity. Nice. So let's get into our team selection. We're going to go with the classic team. Actually, yeah, we're going to go with the classic team. Shotgun Sammy. At the back, we're going to have Gawley, McClellan, Avenel, and Hudson. That's our new look back line. Clark and Zamora, as usual, in the wing back roles. Do I start Big Romana? I'm actually going to bring Big Romana out the side, bring back in Gary Davis. Gary Davis is just so good from that spot. 9 appearances, 3 goals, 6 assists. Yeah, we just have to have him in the team. He's just so lethal. Spong, Sammy, Shotgun, and then Marcus Day. The benches, Shields, TK Addy, Big Romana, Wardrop, and Gilson. And that's it. Before we actually get to the game, I'm actually thinking of a chant for Marcus Day, and if he scores today, maybe it'll come out. But let's get into the game. Fitzpatrick steps up, free kick, and Gawley with an excellent save, making up for that free kick he let in last time. Malgrotti sends the ball in. McClellan sends it out. Fitzpatrick on it now. Passes it back. Bouncing around, and that's all that comes of it. Davey sends the ball forward. Bouncing around their back line. Lewis to McLean sends it forward, but we pick it up. Clark on it now. Davis, Sammy. Sammy waiting for a run. Day makes the run. And Day's shot is saved by the keeper and put out for a corner. Another highlight. McClellan up to Day. Can Day beat his man? He does. He has room to run. Puts in a cross. Finds Shotgun. Shotgun now playing around with it. Finds Day! Ow, I love Marcus Day. Let your booty on a voice now. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Let me know if you enjoy it. It's just an idea. Shotgun with a corner now. Sends it in. Sammy picks it up with his ball. I love Marcus Day. Get the ball into the back of the net. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Great anticipation from Sammy to pick up the loose ball and just puts it into Marcus Day. Slots it in the bottom right. Great start from the boys. 2-0. 2 goals from Marcus Day. Sammy on the ball now. And that's it. He's fouled. Now, Marcus Day is meant to step up. And actually, I'll give it to him. Give him the hat-trick in the first half of the game. And he does it. I love Marcus Day. Get the ball into the back of the net. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Great start from Marcus Day. 3 goals. A 10-minute hat-trick from him. What a start from the boys, and what a start from Day. Spong now with a free kick in. Finds Hudson, and Hudson scores. 4 goals in the first 40 minutes of the game. Spong with a great ball in from that free kick. Just finds Hudson. The goalkeeper just misses the ball, just whiffs on punching it out, and Hudson is just there. The only player there really who is able to head it. All the other players think the goalkeeper's going to get it, but no one does, and great start from the boys. Davis with the ball in. Bounce out to Shotgun today, and Day gets his 4th before halftime. I love Marcus Day. Get the ball into the back of the net. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Wow, what a great start from Marcus Day after I came up with the chant for him. I was hoping he'd maybe get 1 or 2 goals this game. He's now found 4 before halftime. Do I leave him on? Do I try and get the record with him? I think I'm going to leave him on. Just for a little bit. Let's get into the second half. Zamora with the throw in now. Back to Zamora. Spong. Playing out wide. Marcus Day. To Davis, who doesn't quite get onto it. It's now forward. It's a 1-on-3. Passes it back. Chetfield to Jones. Chetfield. Fitzpatrick to Clark. To Fitzpatrick. Clark. Spong dispossesses him. It's going to be Spong and Davis first. Oh, and what's that? Is that going to be a double yellow? And it is a double yellow. Spong drawing the foul and getting Leon Clark sent off. Clark for us now to Day. Day coming out to get the ball. When Clark plays the ball in, it's a great save by Davey. Davey plays the ball forward to Harbinson. Whoever he is, he's running down the wing now. Beats Clark for pace. Really shouldn't be. And great save by Gawley as he tries to slot it in bottom right. Now Davey, it says he's having a 5.9 game, but I think it's just Day having a great game. Nothing on the keeper, but Shotgun has a corner now, plays it in. Out to Avenel, he cleans up the clearance, back to Shotgun. Shotgun to Avenel. Avenel now, looking at his options, finds Davis, finds Shotgun, and off the post from Shotgun. Zamora back to Hudson. We are just peppering their goal now. Hudson to Zamora. Zamora plays the ball forward, but it's found by Lewis and Chetfield. Back to Zamora, who finds Shotgun. And is this going to be a double yellow? Zamora's fouled, and it is! 2 double yellows for their team. That is now 2 players sent off. It is now 9 men versus 11 men while they're 5-0 down. I truly think now that the game is over, and I think we're now going to try and rest all of our players that we can. Bring Marcus Day off, bring Clark off, get him game ready for next game. Bring Sammy. Do I bring Sammy? Yeah, bring Sammy off. And I think those are the changes we're going to make. Shields puts the ball in with a nice Rabona, but Fitzpatrick clears it. Only as far as McClellan, who then plays the ball forward again to Shields. Shields up to Wardrop, the new substitutions linking up. Wardrop finds Shields again. Shields plays the ball in to Shotgun, and his shot is bounced off the defender and out. It's going to be a corner kick. Great play from the new substitutions. Shields playing it into Shotgun, but he's beaten to it. Avenel finds the clearance, but doesn't have any options, and that's the end of the highlight. Probably last highlight before the end of the game. Wardrop to Gilson. Wardrop plays the ball in. Fitzpatrick clears it. Spong on it now. Can he shoot? Back to Shields. Gilson, and Davis! And that's it. Davis grabs his goal, and Gilson with the assist. Everyone I wanted to get involved in the game has, and that is just great play from the boys. 6 of the finest goals from the old boys. Great first game to the episode. I truly think this game can hear you sometimes, because the one time I wanted Marcus Day to maybe score 1 or 2, he scores 4 before half time. What a player he is, and now we've got a chant for him. It's great. Now it's time for the second game of today's episode against Swanage Town and Hurston. We're away at them, and they're 3rd in the league. They're a very good team and would be challenging for the title if we weren't in the league. We are playing away at the Days Park in Swanage, so hopefully we can go and grab the win here. I think today we're going to give Marcus Day a rest and bring in Gilson. I want to try and get him more game time, get him more experience. I'm also going to bring in TK Addy. Do I bring him in for Shotgun or for Sammy? I'm going to bring him in for Shotgun. And also maybe make a change at defense. Do we have any other centre-backs that we can maybe give a run out to? No, only Ryan Price. And I don't know, Ryan Price, to me, I just don't want to start him in front of these players. Dang, look at all this. Our team has significantly reduced in size since the start of the season. Anyway, let's get into the game against Swanage Town and Hurston. So they're going to be lining up in a 4-1-4-1. And there's Boner. Okay. So Gallagher, Deacon, Jordan, Beers and Clark, Morgan Ross, Stone, Green, Boner and Sergio, and McBride up front. Sergio with the highest assists, and Boner 18 goals and 16 appearances, 2 off the bench. Okay, so this is why he's just so good at Swanage Town, but he would just be so weak in our team. Maybe I have to sign him just because of how well he performs. Give him the opportunity, and he's got such a great name, Boner. Let's get into the game and the last game of today's episode. First thing I see is that they're very tired. And now's the highlight. Zamora up to Addy, who finds Gilson. Gilson having to take on all their back line. Tries to find Sammy and does. To Davis, out to Clark. Clark getting behind their back line, plays the ball in, and it's out. And Spong! Kind of a chip shot there from Spong, but it just goes wide. Gawley with the ball now, out to McClellan. Back across the back line to Hudson, who plays it out to find Addy. Addy taking on their whole defenders, and shot is saved by Gallagher. Great touch and run by Addy there. Corner, Sammy plays it in. It's headed out by McBride, picked up by Avenel. Avenel always seems to be on those loose balls from corners. Zamora plays it back to Gawley. Gawley playing around with it, getting the whole team back into shape. McClellan then plays it forward. His header from Gilson with the shot. Gallagher saves. Kind of got tongue-tied there. Sammy now with the corner. Plays it in, and it never goes in, I don't think. Or swings out straight away. But 0-0 here from the boys so far. Kind of uninspiring. Played very well, but we just can't seem to get a goal. I think I'm going to bring Marcus Day on. Gilson's been lackluster, to say politely. We're also going to bring on Sean Shields right as we get into this game here. I want to make sure I'm bringing him on the right side. No, it is for Sammy. Can Sammy play on the other side? No. Okay, well, we're going to bring on Sean Shields, give him a little bit of game time. Maybe he can go out and get the goal for us. Okay, 58 minutes in, highlight. I'm actually going to go attacking too as this highlight goes on. Avenel plays it up forward, bouncing around the midfield here. Davis to Spong. Spong plays it out wide, finds Shields. Shields has room. He has room to cross and finds Day, and Day scores! I love Marcus Day. Get the goal into the back of the net. Marcus Day. Marcus Day gets his head on the ball and does what he does best. Finds the back of the net off a great header from a great cross from Sean Shields. Sean Shields, the impact sub, really making the difference for our team there. Deacon is just caught out on that left-hand side, and immediately as he's caught out, put into the centre, and the left back is taken off. Clark now looking a little bit tired and not playing his best, so we're going to bring him off for Wardrop, and I think that's the last change we can make. Shields now with the ball in, finds Hudson, and Gallagher saves that and puts it over. It's going to be a corner. Highlight continues. Shields plays it in, finds Day, but he can't get onto it. But he picks up the loose ball, plays it back to Hudson, to Spong, who shoots, and his shot is saved and deflected. What is happening now? Oh, and Boner gets a yellow card. And they're changing a lot about their team in this lineup now. And as Day picks up a yellow card, they have a free kick here. Hopefully we can stay strong and not give it up. But Boner's free now. It's going to be one-on-one with the keeper, and oh my word. Oh, he was offside, but holy moly, we've seen now why he is such a lethal force in this league. He just found his way offside, and Day does it again, and Day does what Boner can't. I love you, Marcus Day. Make my day. I love Marcus Day. Get the ball into the back of the net, Marcus Day. Marcus Day, Marcus Day. Just proving anything Boner can do, he can do better. Boner trying to do the same move, but he was caught offside. Day is better and finds his way into the back of the net. Highlight here, Hudson, Zamora, back to Hudson, plays the ball forward, and Day finds his third. What an impact sub he's been. That is 7 goals in 2 games for Marcus Day. His 19th goal of the season. I love Marcus Day. Get the ball into the back of the net. Marcus Day. Marcus Day. Wow. What a goal from Marcus Day. Hudson just plays it forward. And again, just showing Boner how to do it, really. Just times his run perfectly and scores his 3rd goal of the game. What a great end to today's game. Marcus Day being subbed on and finding 3 goals in the second half. Having a look here at the milestones, we've avoided defeat in 42 games, unbeaten in 42 games with 41 straight wins, 20 games won in a row. These are some records that will stand in these leagues for years to come. Anyway, great game from the boys, but I think that's it for today's episode. Thank you all for watching and listening. Have a great day. If you have any tips or tricks, leave them in the comment section down below. But that is it. And wham, bam, peace.